Coming up here on Mountain News this morning, a church in our region travels from home to help serve the people affected by devastating flooding. And a Kentucky clothing shop creates a special design to raise money for the flood victims in our area.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Dakota Maker, 6:33 on this Friday morning. Thank you so much for always waking up with us. Let's take it over to Brandon this morning for a look at our forecast. I kind of just got lost in my own words, Brandon. I don't know.
Happens.
I don't know. I think I thought in my head I was like mumbling my speech, and so I just like stopped talking. But I think it was correct. I don't know. I had to go back and watch.
I think you were okay.
I think I was too.
Okay.
It sounded okay, but oh well.
All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. We're going to go a quick check of that, and we'll look and see what's going on as we head to the first part of your day. Some heavy rain falling off to our west. It's kind of moving to the east-northeast. We'll keep an eye on that, not going through the hardest hit counties yet. I-75 at London, kind of a tale of two skies out that way this morning. The rain is close to that camera, so we'll keep you posted on that. 60s in the border counties there with Kentucky and Virginia. 70s for everybody else. Forecast for later on, rain chances that could be heavy at times. 85, a flood watch already in effect for most of the region. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, crews continue to help get people food and clean their homes out after flooding here in eastern Kentucky. Kentucky Baptist Relief is in several communities. We caught up with the organization in Letcher County to see how volunteers are helping people recover. Our Phil Pendleton has that story.
It's hot, dark, and dirty inside this Whitesburg home. Volunteers are a sweaty mess, but if you ask them, they say they are blessed to be here.
And to the world, this doesn't make sense. Why would we leave our homes and our air conditioning and our comfort to come where it's hot, it's humid, to work in dirty places?
They left the comfort of their homes to rip out strangers' homes damaged by floodwaters so they can rebuild.
The problem we're having here is that we're running out of room, to put stuff in.
Everything inside these homes, at least up to 4 feet high, the level of the water will have to be taken out and thrown out and gathered here on the curbs. People tell me that it puts into perspective what's truly important.
But it also reminds us all that life is more than stuff. It's about family, it's about our faith, it's about one another.
And they've heard firsthand about families and friends looking out for one another during the height of the flood.
From the story we got, he carried out a young child, not sure, a baby, maybe 3 or 4 weeks old, and carried him out, held him up over the water.
A man looking out for his neighbors, a community vowing to help each other, grateful for strangers coming to their aid.
And so she came by here last night asking for help, and sometimes it's difficult for people to ask for help, but we all need to do that. We all love to give, but we also need to learn to receive.
They say this was a flood like never seen before, with compassion unequaled either. In Letcher County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Kentucky Baptist Relief is also providing meals to people from 4 to 7 each day at the First Baptist Church in Whitesburg. Another organization has made its way to the region to help serve the people of eastern Kentucky. Samaritan's Purse Disaster Relief is one of many groups focused on helping eastern Kentuckians rebuild after devastating floods ripped through the region. Program manager Matt Campbell, who is also a native of eastern Kentucky, says it is an honor to come back home and serve alongside volunteers and give back to a region he calls home.
And when you have that happen, and you have people that are willing to come in and volunteer and give up their time from across the country, giving their time of free just to be able to help and serve in Jesus' name as we go out and serve, it really helps make a difference as homeowners are still processing and grieving.
Campbell says disaster relief units are stationed in Floyd and Breathitt counties, and to visit SamaritansPurse.org if you need help with cleanup at your home or if you would like to find out how to volunteer. A church in Corbin came to Perry County to serve people affected by recent flooding. Members of the Corbin Full Gospel Church brought a school bus full of household necessities to House of Refuge Pentecostal Church to donate to flood victims yesterday. Throughout the day, members of the church created a drive-through for people affected by flooding to stop by and stock up. Austin Rose, a volunteer from Corbin, says he felt a calling to help the church.
We see the impact that we've had to have here with this church and what we're able to accomplish, being the hands and feet of Christ. So what's it to say 2 days down the road, maybe a week down the road, we're not in another community trying to do something.
The House of Refuge Pentecostal Church will continue to run its drive-through until Saturday. Victims who lost everything in the devastating flooding in eastern Kentucky last week have also been getting help from young athletes. Players on the Floyd Central football team have been splitting their time getting ready for the upcoming season and working in the mud and heat to help their community recover. Andrew Colgrove has the story.
While most high school football teams prep for the upcoming season with two-a-days in the August heat, players for Floyd Central have had a first week of practice like no other.
They got to be able to work together and mesh together in order to get a job done.
The team has spent their mornings this week working on the cleanup effort in Wayland and Garrett, areas hit hard by the flooding. So far, they've cleaned out 18 houses and unloaded donated items off 2 tractor trailers. After hours of physical labor in the mud, they have football practice in the evenings.
I'm extremely proud of them.
Head coach Sean Hager, who's been with the team since the school's inaugural year in 2017, says he couldn't be more impressed with his team's character.
They've got out and we've helped, and we've tried to get to people that's asked us to come, and not one of them's complained. They've got up every morning and came out and helped us.
I'm guessing your players are sleeping pretty well these days.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm wore out too. I mean, it's tired. Our community needed us.
When stuff like this hits, and realizing that you can rely on the guys around you has pulled us together so much harder.
Max Martin is the senior quarterback. What do you feel like at the end of the day after all this hard work?
Accomplished. You know, we're tired. All of us are tired. Have been tired this week, but just I think the good feeling of helping the community outweighs all of that.
A team showing their dedication to their community well beyond the field.
One Floyd Central player's home was destroyed in the flood. Teammates pitched in and gave him money, new clothes, and an Xbox. Kentucky Branded created a new UK basketball t-shirt to help raise money for flood victims. This shirt is a special one. It's the first time everyone's face on the men's basketball team has appeared on a t-shirt at the same time. They're $25 and selling out pretty fast. 100% of the proceeds will go to the Red Cross.
My whole family is from there, so it's close to my heart. So it makes me feel good to try to do whatever we can to help those folks there. A lot of them have lost everything. So anything that we can do, whether it's a shirt or whatever, we're trying to do to support the initiative to help them.
Kentucky Branded is hoping to raise $100,000. Country music star T. Graham Brown brought supplies to eastern Kentucky. He dropped water, cleaning supplies, diapers, and much more off at East Perry Elementary School yesterday. He says he is heartbroken by what he has seen on the news about the flooding and wanted to help.
I'm excited to be here and help and see everybody working together. And I talked to Happy, the mayor of Hazard, wonderful guy, and we're going to figure out ways to help.
He is also raising money by selling t-shirts for $25 each. The proceeds go to flood relief.
Forecast this morning features some rain, and we're going to step this way so you can actually see it. It's over in the western counties, over toward I-75, all the way up toward the Mountain Parkway this morning. So stretching through parts of Powell, Estill, down into Jackson, maybe a little bit of, no, it's still Jackson right now, Rockcastle, Pulaski, Wayne, and McCreary counties. So it's in the western counties, but it's trying to creep toward I-75 at London. And we're looking at the Mountain Parkway up near Slade, and we don't see a whole lot just yet, but some dark clouds off in the distance. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s as you head to the first part of your day. 63 now, Clintwood, 73, Jackson and Prestonsburg out there where maybe a little bit of sunshine is coming through this morning. Breakfast forecast, we are going to be seeing temperatures kind of staying right there in those low 70s, mainly cloudy skies, some sunshine in spots, some rain in spots. That's going to be the theme for most of the day, and some of that rain could be heavy. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much.